Imagine two titans controlling what you hear, how you work, and even how you game. Today, we're cracking open the vaults of Demant and HDIN Store Nord. One is building an empire, the other is fighting a fire. This isn't just a financial review, it's a $20 billion battle for the ears of the world. Let's see who's actually winning, and who's just making noise. This company looks solid on paper, right? But we found a hole in their pocket the size of a crater. The global hearing market is a goldmine, but here's the kicker. It's no longer about who makes the best hearing aid. It's about who owns the doctor, the data, and the AI. If you're invested in tech or healthcare, you need to watch this very carefully, because one of these giants is pivoting, and the other is doubling down. Think of it this way. Demant is like a landlord buying up the whole block. They spent 2025 shopping for retail stores like they were on a spree. Meanwhile, HDIN Store Nord is on a diet. Their revenue dropped nearly 7%. Why? Because their gaming and office gear business, the stuff we all bought during the pandemic, is finally catching a cold. It's a classic story of steady growth versus emergency survival mode. Let's look at the cash register. Demant brought in over 22 billion Danish krone. That's enough money to buy a coffee for every person on the planet, twice. HDIN is lagging behind by about 36%. In the business world, scale is your armor. Demant is wearing a full suit of steel, while HDIN is currently in a light vest, trying to stay agile. Now let's talk about, is this business actually making money? Demant's margin is a staggering 75%. For every dollar they take in, they keep 75 cents after making the product. That's iPhone-level dominance. Why? Because they own the clinics. HDIN is at 54%. Still good, but when you don't own the retail shop, the middleman takes a huge bite out of your lunch. Here is the cold, hard truth. Demant has 22,000 employees. That's a small city. Nearly half their money goes straight to paying salaries. HDIN, on the other hand, is lean. They have far fewer people, but each employee generates double the revenue compared to Demant. It's the difference between a massive infantry army and a small team of elite snipers. If we look under the hood, Demant is essentially a giant medical clinic that happens to sell tech. Retail is their heart. HDIN is more of a tech ecosystem. They've got your office headset, your gaming mouse, and your hearing aid. But here's the problem. When people stop buying headsets, the whole engine stutters. HDIN is praying their hearing division can carry the weight of the other two. How fast does their stuff move? HDIN is the king here. Their inventory turns over 2.5 times a year. They aren't letting boxes gather dust in a warehouse. Demant is slower, but they collect their bills faster. They're like that friend who's really annoying about you paying them back for dinner. They get their cash in 60 days, while HDIN has to wait 95. The next battle isn't about volume, it's about brains. HDIN's new tech tracks, where your eyes are looking to focus the sound. It's literally mind-reading for your ears. But Demant is building AI gateways. They're turning hearing aids into supercomputers. This isn't your grandpa's hearing aid anymore. It's a wearable AI companion that just happens to fit in your ear. To build this tech, you need a global village. Both companies rely heavily on the West, but look at the East. HDIN has 1,500 people in Greater China. It's their manufacturing lung. In an era of trade wars and tariffs, staying neutral and efficient in the China supply chain isn't just a choice, it's a survival skill. But here's the scary part. Both of these companies are swimming in debt. Demant has 19 billion in goodwill. That's basically just the hope that their acquisitions pay off. If those clinics don't perform, that money vanishes. Both are leveraged to the hilt. One bad quarter, and the debt collectors come knocking. It's a high-stakes poker game with billions on the table. So what's the plan for 2026? First, they need to stop spending and start saving. Then, it's an all-out AI war in Q2. By the end of the year, we'll know if Demant's massive empire is too big to fail, or if HDIN's tech-heavy pivot can actually save them from shrinking. The final verdict? Demant is the safe, high-margin fortress. They own the customer, but HDIN is the scrappy tech genius. If AI is the future, HDIN has the better engine. But if stability is the goal, Demant is the king. My advice? Watch the cash. In 2026, cash isn't just king, it's the only thing that matters. Want to see the raw data behind these charts? We've got the full-page report at HDIN Research. If you're a professional looking for the edge in medtech or audio, email us at sales@hdinresearch.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know. Would you bet on the fortress or the genius? See you in the next deep dive.